Kenya's fields, it is the sport of Kho Kho. Kho Kho is a traditional South Asian sport that dates back to ancient India, and it is the second most popular traditional tag game in the Indian subcontinent after yet another newly popular game in Kenya, Kabaddi. Just 5 years since it was introduced in the country, our sports reporter Duncan Mutua has prepared the following report on how Kho Kho found its roots in the country, how it is played, and what stakeholders are doing to make it popular. Take a look.
Out, play on.
Kho Kho, a traditional South Asian sport that dates to the ancient India. It is the second most popular traditional tag game in India's subcontinent after Kabaddi, and it is among the newest sports in Kenya. Within the few years since the sport was introduced in the country, the national team has already left a mark in the international competition, like World Cup.
Since it was our first World Cup, we have never attended any major event like that one. So the experience was good. We learned a lot from the other nations that have been playing Kho Kho all through. The likes of India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. So we got our experience and learned techniques and the way they are doing things over there.
It was nice, we had fun, we learned more skills. Yeah, we explored, we had a lot of exposure.
It was until the year 2020 when the sport was introduced in Kenya after a squad of 3 Kenyans, Martin Abundos, current technical director of the Kenya Kho Kho Federation, Brian Onyo, the head coach of the women national team, and Simon Bugwa, the current vice president of the Kho Kho Federation, honored an invite to attend a coaching course in India, and when they jetted back, they introduced the sport in Kenya.
Kho Kho was introduced in Kenya in 2020. So we went to India in 2020 for our international coaching course. So we were 3 of us. So I Coach Martin Abundes, the technical director of the federation, and Coach Simon, who's the vice president of Kenya Kho Kho Federation. So we were invited to India, New Delhi for the coaching course. So after the coaching course in 2020, we came back to Kenya, and that's when we introduced the game from 2020. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back up.
I embarked on a mission to understand this sport, which looked like I once tried it in my childhood era. How it got its root in a country known for athletics. We linked up with Coach Brian Onyo during his daily duties of nurturing talents to give us an in-depth insight about this sport.
It's played with 9 players each per team for 3 to 4 innings. So an inning consists of 9 minutes. It's a total of 18 minutes. So these are the players. So the players are 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will go down. We go down, 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 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 are squatting. The 9th player, the one standing, is the one starting the game. So for this player to stand from here, so this position is called, the place they are squatting is called a chaser block. So for this player to stand, you'll tap at the back and say Kho. Just tap, touch, say Kho, Kho, he'll stand. I'll take the position he was in, facing that side. We're going to continue. Give Kho, faster.
It is played on a rectangular court with a central lane connecting 2 poles, which are at either end of the court. During the game, 9 players from the chasing team, that is the attacking team, are on the field, with 8 of them sitting in the central lane, while 3 runners from the defending team run around the court to try to avoid being touched. Each sitting player on the chasing team faces the opposite half of the field that their adjacent teammates are facing. In the game, 1 player from the chasing team may run around the court, touch a member of the defending team. Each successful tag earns 1 point, and tag defender must leave the field.
So the squatting players are called chasers or the attackers. The 3 are called defenders. So they are defending for 9 minutes. Okay? So points awarded. The 3 are opponents now. That's a different team. So points are awarded like this. 1, If he gets caught, that's 1 point. He's out. Okay? Out of play. If he stays inside the field for 3 minutes without being caught, that's a bonus point of 3 points. Okay? Around here we have a pole. So if the attacker does a pole dive, that's 2 points. 2 points. Okay?
However, the active chaser is restricted from crossing the central lane to access the other half of the court and cannot change direction once they begin running towards either pole. These restrictions can be bypassed if the active chaser either switches role with the sitting teammates by touching them on the back while saying Kho, who is facing on the other half of the court, or by running behind either pole to switch direction or halves.
Step number 1. So for the player to stand, you touch and give Kho. Assume the position he was like that. So he was facing this side, I'll face this side. Come back here. This position is wrong. When the two players are facing the same position, it's not allowed. So it's wrong, but it's not a foul. So they'll just change. So the measurement of the field is 16 by 26, the measurements. So we have this place here, it's called the free zone. So it's called a free zone. So at the free zone, the only place you're allowed to change direction. So rules number 1 of the game. The player here is not allowed to change direction. So the ones who are squatting are called chasers. Chasers or attackers. And then we'll have 3 players to come in. 3. So the 3 are called defenders or runners. Their main work is to run, not to be caught by the chasers. So the 3 defenders, they're allowed to cross this side. So when a defender crosses this side, only players facing this side can touch the player.
There are other different unofficial varieties of Kho Kho, which include shortest time wins, Kho Kho, standing Kho Kho, and Kho Card.
The official one, we have 9 players. The official one, 15 plus 9. The other one, it's 12 playing and the 7 starting. So the 7 starting, we have 6 squatting, and then the 7th one also have different clubs for ladies. So a team consists of 15 players, 9 playing, and the rest remain their subs.
It is not an expensive game, though the main challenges faced by athletes of different sports disciplines here in Kenya is training facilities. This young federation found themselves training along the road, just few meters outside Moi Sports Center, Kasarani, indoor arena.
So like here, there are some techniques we can't execute here nicely, like diving, pole dive, we can't do here. Players will get injuries. So if we do it indoor, where we have the mats, things will be great. The expensive thing is the mat. And then the ground, we usually liaise with the schools and we get grounds where we train. So the expense majority is there, mainly is there, the mats and the indoor arenas. Those are the main expensive things that I can say Kho Kho needs.
From India to Kenya, Kho Kho has been in the country for just 5 years. And Kho Kho stakeholders are hoping one day Kenyans will embrace it and make this sport among their favorites. My name is Duncan Mutua.